And Victory Shambusho, he wears the captain's armband for Unity. Number 11, Jovan Sidhu. Number 15, Nick Fussell. Number 16 is C. Baines. Number 17, Tahil Davis Harriet. Number 25, Samela Savannah. Number 27, Kieran Eve. And number 28, Lennon Thompson. I mentioned 3 changes for Unity, 3 for TSS. Actually, they played last week. Sorry, it was London United. Unity played the Whitecaps at Thunderbird Stadium as the Rovers and Unity FC near Cloverdale Athletic Park. And fun tidbit for you, Unity have never beaten TSS in the prior 6 games. So the last 3 seasons, we'll see if that changes here tonight. Currently under the bit of sunlight peering out to our left, with some shadows from the barn here providing some cover. And we'll see, I'm sure the lights will come on here, but a beautiful evening for soccer here in the 7th all-time meeting. Unity looking for their first win against TSS. Rovers have 1 in each column this year in relation to form: 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. And Unity as well with 1 win, 1 loss. Victory Shambusho back in the lineup for Unity, as well as Nick Fussell and Lennon Thompson, who has professional experience with Vancouver FC, played with Unity in 2023. Unity are going to be in the pink and white, moving from right to left. And the Rovers in their customary red jerseys with the white jersey numbers, moving left to right. And should be a good one as we cap off this first day of home action for Unity FC on this Saturday. Glad you're with us on YouTube. Koji Poon will get us underway as second-year Rover. And a big one for Unity, looking to start off their home stretch of the season, as the women's side won 2-1 on a late winner from Jenna Baxter with 3 minutes to go. And we are underway here. Cloverdale Athletic Park, as TSS will hold possession early on shy of Zarjanpur. Back to his big center back, Sako Kanate. Look for a physical affair between these two, is headed down by big Samela Savannah. Intercepted here by TSS. Avia Lemu finds his captain Ali Zohar battling in midfield with Fussell. Justin Pena, little 1-2 with the Lemu. Luciano Karaman into the 18, a quick effort over the crossbar from Michael Hennessy. And it will be a goal kick here for David Hicks, the Unity goalkeeper. David Hicks, the goal kick here. Unity FC for Samela Savannah. Savannah ahead for a Victory Shambusho. Gave it away to Alemu. 3rd season with Unity for Victory Shambusho. His first was with the former team Varsity. Was then Natsamot, and then finished play after the 2023 season. Shambusho up the right side. Played across by Davis Harriet. Retains his place in the 11 for Unity FC. Koji Poon in the half turn. Wide right here for Luciano Karaman. Stepping in was Bogvir Sidhu. And a foul on the near side as Sidhu bundled over Luciano Karaman. First free kick of the game. Sidhu hauled down a Rover on this right side. Zohar on the free kick on this right side. Even Mejia can also have a great delivery with his right foot. So hard to take a right-footed ball towards the 6. thumped away by former Rover C. Baines. A lot of connections between these two sides. Throwing for Avi Alemu on this right side for TSS. Trying to get past his opposite 15, Nick Fussell, off a Unity player. Throwing again for Avi Alemu. First season in League 1BC, started the first game of the year for TSS at Alemu. Subbed in the last 2 games, scored versus the Whitecaps a couple of weekends ago for TSS in that massive 6-1 win away from home. Thunderbird Stadium. Bagveer Sidhu got it back to Sivan. Stepping in and struck the back of Sumela Sivan. We have 2 former altitude players on the pitch. Kanate for TSS and Sivan for Unity FC, second year in this pitch for Sumela Sivan. 4th in League 1, started the first 2 with Altitude FC and Lower Shore. He was actually in the final last year against the same TSS squad and an absolute barn burner. Weir slides it to his left for Shia Zarjanpour and for Kian Proctor. Certainly put the ball in net. He's a tall player, play forward defense. Long ball, Sivan will find Bagveer Sidhu. Now Lennon Thompson. Up on the right side from Douglas Matabekwa. He will then take his throw in on the pass from Davis Harriet. Fussell trying to knock it down. Mejia plays it forward for Koji Poon and back to Mejia and off his foot, throw in for Matabekwa on that far side. Nodded away there by Zarjanpour. Going to be taken by Tehil Davis Harriet on that right side, make that Douglas Matabekwa. Matabekwa looking for Fussell, and might be corner. No, it will be a goal kick. Now it is a corner. After the linesman initially signaled, referee went the opposite way, and it'll be the first quarter of the game here, going Unity's way. 6 minutes on the clock. Nick Fussell strolling over to take for the hosts here. Can he put his team in the lead in the early going? Nick Fussell, the delivery. Drop down, just knocked away from Jovan Sidhu. Can certainly fire the ball off his foot. Matabekwa, long ball to the right side for Fussell. Beautiful weighted ball from Matabekwa. Fussell was fouled, but not first. He fouled Proctor. And it will be a free kick for Proctor to the left of his own 18. Played forward towards Karaman for TSS. Stepping in was Bagveer Sidhu. Sidhu on the near side with Karaman getting mixed up. It's Bagveer Sidhu and Jovan Sidhu mixing it up with Avi Alemu and Luciano Karaman. Sivan, left side for Sidhu, tried to steer it along for Shambusho. Throwing for Alemu, quickly ahead for Karaman. Stepping in well was Jovan Sidhu. Good turn from Pena. For Hennessy, grab there by David Hicks. Unity player on the deck. See Baines getting some attention. Potential head knock for Baines. David Hicks will get the drop ball quickly played for Samela Savan up this left side. Savan for Shambusho. Forced to the outside by Sako Konate. Bagveer Sidhu back for Samela Savan. You see Baines, normally midfielder playing center back here. For Unity FC. Even Mahea back for Shai Zarjanpur. It's Captain Ali Zohar, fourth-year Rover. Former player at Northern Kentucky, then transferred to SFU to finish out his collegiate career. Zohar for Proctor, but stepping in there was Tehil Davis Harriet. Up in the air was Proctor. Foul and a Indy player injured here. Nick Fussell mentioned the physical aspect of the game always between these two, and it's been evident so far. Through just about 10 minutes of play as Fussell down in some discomfort, getting some attention. About 15 yards in front of the TSS bench. Brennan Teeling with some instructions here for Ken Proctor. Fussell still on the ground here for TSS. Fussell's third season with Unity, fourth with in League 1BC actually. Also played with Shambusho at varsity. Two guys that played a lot of minutes with UBC Thunderbirds in Canada West. Absolute wagon at Point Grey campus Thunderbirds men's squad over the years. Same with the women's squad as well. You know, Jesse Simons, who's now the women's head coach at Altitude. Oh, good start to the year for them as well. See if Fussell's able to continue here. Head injuries never taken lightly due to the severity of them. I don't know if it was an elbow or what that struck Fussell, but it wasn't a comfortable one. Wonder if he'll be able to continue as he continues to be down, getting some Kleenex for maybe a bit of a bloody nose there. He's back on his feet for Unity FC. After a couple of minutes delay. Looks like Fussell's going to be able to continue for the hosts here, which is important for them to have a guy like that back in the squad after not playing last week. Mentioned one of the three changes for Mike Sheeran's Unity FC. Zohar will drive this one into the Unity box, grabbed there by David Hicks. Good turn from Jovan Sidhu. Win a throw on this left side. Bagveer Sidhu. Shambusho. Good hold-up player. Shambusho. His long career in U Sports in L1BC. 5 years with the Thunderbirds at UBC. Part of the Whitecap system. Got a few looks at the CPL. Never signed officially, but a lot of tryouts for him at that level. Sargentpour for Zohar. Ivan Mejia played with Vancouver FC in the 2023 season. Poon and Mejia 1-2. Hennessy for Pena. Zohar for Proctor out wide left. Up against Matebekwa. All in towards Hicks, who grabs it there. Good play from Proctor. Up that left channel. Sumela Savan. Joven Sidhu lost it. Pena the other way for TSS. Pena back for Hennessy. Lets it go to Ivan Mejia. Pulls it wide to the left of Hicks's goal. Beautiful attack by TSS. Through 40 minutes here at Cloverdale Athletic Park. No score between Unity and TSS Rovers in the first matchup of the season. First home match for Unity. Hicks with the goal kick for the home side. Left-footed keeper towards half. Up there is Bogvir Sidhu. Pena looks like it hit the arm of Lennon Thompson. Sidhu for Kieran Eve. Bogvir Sidhu with the throw-in for Unity FC. Davis Harriet gets it ahead now. The speed of Koji Poon in the counterattack for TSS. Poon back for Zohar. Plays it across for Ivan Mejia. Inside the 18 of Unity. Mejia on his right foot. Blocked in front. Savan will clear. Another attempt for TSS. And yet again Mejia at the forefront. Fourth-year Rover Mejia. Former UFE Cascade 2022. One appearance with Vancouver FC in 2023, as mentioned. It was against Valor that he came on. Team that he had that great moments in the Canadian Championship match in 2023 against Valor FC at Swangard in that magical night. Sargentpour. Driven ball beautifully over the top for Kian Proctor. Proctor back for Mejia, top of the 6. Not much on from the way of a clear path as Unity pile the bodies in front, and it will be a Davis Harriet to try and counterattack for the hosts. Shambusho pinned by Sargentpour, and Proctor stays on his feet as well to distribute it to Matebekwa. Hicks for Nasib Baines. Outed down by Proctor. Hennessy. Mejia through for Hennessy. Good block there. Dive into his knees was Nasib Baines to clear that one out of dangerous way. Davis Harriet trying to turn away from Justin Pena. Ken Proctor the quick throw for TSS. Koji Poon will have a go. That one's well behind the goal.
Players shirt change. Newcastle will now wear number 26.
Fussell wearing the number 26 now due to the jersey change. The blood on the jersey can't wear the same one. So he will wear number 26 now for Unity FC. Back on the pitch. Goal kick here for Hicks through 90 minutes of play. Sivan will head it away. Well, move for Zohar. Thumps it into the Unity half. Baines nods it back for Hicks. Had to execute that to perfection. He did. Could have carried over his netminder, but was able to find him well. I see Baines. Davis Harriet up ahead. Telegraphed by Cam Proctor. Stepping in was Davis Harriet. Mejia wins it back for TSS. Kanate. Sargentpour for Ali Zohar. Pena for the big Konate. Crossfield ball, a perfect one off the chest to Mejia, cushions it well. Proctor on the overlap. Cam Proctor, a driven ball in the deck. It was well dealt with by Unity. Sargentpour bowled over by Victory Shambusho and a foul. Back on his feet quickly there was Sargentpour after that one, as we get our chance to provide officiating crew for tonight's match. Referee Denzel Sharma. First assistant referee Garrett Coombs. Second assistant referee Oscar Wazolanier. Fourth official Mohamed Moseni. He up the left side. Going past Matebekwa, finds Hennessy. Mejia now for Hennessy. Good foot in there by Matebekwa, and that releases Jovan Sidhu, clattered by Avialemu. Free kick for Unity just a few yards inside of their own half. Lennon Thompson, who started the year with Langley United, so did Lowell Wright, who's on the bench for TSS. A couple of guys are jumping ship early in the year. But Matebekwa closely contended with by Mejia's. Fouled was Fussell and a late whistle. TSS was off to the races. Good position as well for Hennessy, the pacey forward. I think Mike Sheeran and Brennan Teeling are having some words on that far side. Shambuso trying to track this one down for Unity. Sargentpour in there as well. As Momoseni, Mike Sheeran, and Brennan Teeling getting a warning here. Never a dull moment when these two teams meet, is it? Unity yet to beat Rovers in the prior 6 games in their L1BC matchup history. 2 draws, 4 losses to this TSS squad. But anyone's game so far through about 22 minutes of play. Mejia up ahead for Karaman. Just cannot hold it in at the left side. One of a couple Douglas Royals in this game. Karaman alongside Pena. Thompson boots it into the TSS half, but it goes right to the arms of Teeling, who will throw it to Proctor, keep his team quickly in possession. Sako Konate. Avialemu back for Konate. Sargentpour. Kerman did well to get past to Unity check. Plays it low across. Up in the air, Savan. On his left foot towards half as Konate and Shambusho collide in a foul there on Konate. Busy match so far. Denzel Sharma, a referee today. Kieran Eve. Back for Lennon Thompson. Sumela Savan. Kieran Eve. Nick Fussell. Proctor, only guy in the pitch that could probably reach that ball with his height. Knotted away from danger, is still down in the plays. Davis Harriet for Unity FC. Busy night so far for the trainer of Unity FC, as he had to tend to Fussell earlier on. And now to heel Davis Harriet. Unity midfielder. Sargentpour for Konate. Ahead on the left side for TSS, trying to get past Konate. Make that Metabikwa as well to steer it out of play. "25 minutes played here at Cloverdale Athletic Park in beautiful Surrey, BC. Mejia quickly played for Ali Zohar. He'll play one in. Grabbed by Hicks. That was a wonderful delivery there from Evan Mejia of TSS. Unity yet to test Rovers goalkeeper Callum Weir so far. Weir, a former Harborside keeper. Now Nanaimo United, obviously, but tended the net back in 2023 to heel Davis Harriet. Away by Sargentpour. Off the leg of Mejia, back for Zohar. Weir. Shy Sargentpour. Mejia. KG last 5-10 minutes here. Both teams, the start was kind of run and gun, but it's a feeling out process here as Hicks will retreat and wanted to grab it, but Karaman will force him to, with Rovers rookie Luciano Karaman in close proximity. Konate just about gave it away to Shambusho. Ball was bouncing, and Lemo will go back to Konate. Zohar. And to his left for Shai Sargentpour. Sargentpour. The Unity half, Metabikwa, let it go to Nassib Baines. Metabikwa knocked down by Sargentpour. Ali Zohar plays it through. Look out, Karaman, grab by Hicks. Hicks will quickly deliver it for Bagvir Sidhu. With pace Sidhu for Jovan Sidhu. It's been in quite the physical affair so far with Alemu on this right channel. Savan back for Hicks. Quickly for Lennon Thompson. Thompson into the Rovers half, just a bit too much weight on that ball, so we'll allow Weir to play quickly to Shai Zarjanpour. Konate, Zohar, Avi Alemu. Poon steps in ahead of Thompson. Kerman there back for Alemu. Alemu then back for Ali Zohar. Through ball for Mejia. I think that was off the knee of Hicks as he was able to get rid of that one. Unorthodox, but it paid off. Dangerous Mejia right in that vicinity of the ball. Callum Weir. Sako Konate. Back for Callum Weir. Pena. Shai Zarjanpour for TSS. Over the top for Koji Poon. And he was offside. It's the one corner so far for Unity, the only real offense in this game. One shot for Mejia from the left side that was well saved by Michael Hicks. Sorry, David Hicks and the Unity goal. Michael Hicks, the goalkeeper coach for Unity. There's also Andrew Hicks, who played goalkeeper for TSS back in their USL Northwest Division days. C. Baines for Nick Fussell. Matibekwa over the top for Davis Harriet and channeled away by Shai Zarjanpour. Mejia quickly ahead for TSS. Hennessy get through for Poon, grabbed by Hicks. Quickly ahead for Lennon Thompson. Bagvir Sidhu for Thompson. Back for Nick Fussell. See Baines past the foot of Davis Harriet all the way to Cal Weir. Zarjanpour for Proctor, back to Shai Zarjanpour. Zarjanpour started all 3 games coming into tonight for TSS, now 4 to start the year, played every minute of the season so far for TSS. Wonderful prospect for the future. Many teams in this region. Started out with the Whitecaps in 2022. This is 3rd season with TSS. Zohar. Back to Zarjanpour. 32 minutes gone here at Cloverdale Athletic Park on this beautiful Saturday evening. Both teams looking for the first goal of the match. Feel like it's going to be something quick build-up. Rovers a lot of the possession. Hennessy will turn away from pressure. Over the left side for Kian Proctor. Proctor and Matabeko one-on-one. Proctor to the end line, cuts it to the 6, grab by Hicks. Athletic keeper holds it in his grasp. To see Baines. Back to Hicks, close. Chance for Koji Poon, who's just in that area. Baines for Nick Fussell. But Tobacco back for Baines, and then Thompson. Gave it away. Not happy with that one. Heard from up here. Poon. Good turn from Baines. And blow play dead here. I think it was a foul on Baines. Zohar back for Justin Pena. First appearance of the season for Pena. Alemu knocked away by Sidhu. Eve turns back for Samela Savant. Lennon Thompson back to the near side. Kieran Eve into the Rovers half. Konate and Shambusha will battle it out. Shambusha trying to get there, the speedster, but it's grabbed by Callum Weir. Sargentpour ahead for TSS. Proctor then for Sargentpour. Konate for Sargentpour. Those two have held the fort defensively for TSS so far. Throw in here for Alemu for TSS. Zohar for Konate. Sargentpour off the feet on the right side. Luciano Karaman. Sidhu for Fussell, grabbed by Jovan Sidhu for Shambusho. Thrown for Bagvir Sidhu on this left side. Kieran Eve. Zohar grabs it. Hennessy tried to quickly play it for Karaman. Savannah lay back to David Hicks towards half. Fussell on the bounce, nudged away by Sargentpour. Now Pena for TSS. Poon, Pena, wide left for Ivan Mejia. Just inside the right corner of the 18. Mejia on his right foot, redirected it. And goal kick went off a fellow Rover. And will be a goal kick for David Hicks in the Unity net. 9 minutes from halftime here. Who will grab the headlines to get the first goal of the game here? David Hicks, a delivery towards Rovers half. A great wait on that one from the keeper. Hennessy. Tobacco was able to get it away, but now Proctor up the left side for TSS. Off the foot of Baines. Payne. Made that Pena knocked away. Pena got it back. Just ahead of the reach of Koji Poon. Zohar for Avi Alemu. Zohar playing it through. Pace of Karaman trying to get there, and Hicks got there first for Unity FC. To see Baines from University of Toronto Blue. OUA portion of U Sports. Also spent 2 years with TSS. Savant for Bagvir Sidhu. Back for Samela Savant. Both Bagvir and Jovan Sidhu play for UFV, the Cascades, and Abbotsford. Jovan 15 games played, 11 starts, 1 goal last year with the Cascades. Bagvir 2 goals, 2 assists between 41 games, spread across 3 seasons. Second season with Unity for number 7, Bagvir Sidhu. Free kick here for Unity in a good position. just about 5 yards inside of the far touchline, just to the right of the Rovers bench. Davis, harried, and Nick Fussell standing over. It looks like it will be Nick Fussell to take for Unity FC. Fussell, lovely ball punched away by Weir. Matabikwa wins the second ball, but careful, Rovers can break, and they will. Koji Poon, good tackle by Fussell, but Hennessy kept it alive. Koji Poon up the left side for TSS. For Hennessy. Bundled over, and a penalty kick for TSS. Joven Sidhu in the 39th minute, bundled over. TSS is Hennessy. And a penalty kick here for TSS, and it will be the man who earned it, Michael Hennessy, to step up on 39 minutes. Looking to give TSS the lead here with his second of the season and the first goal of the match. More importantly, is it's been a cautious affair so far between these two. Hennessy on his right foot will steer it past Hicks, and his second goal this season puts TSS ahead in the 40th minute now for the Rovers. Second goal of the season for Hennessy. Hicks wasn't sure where he was going to go, was in two minds about it, and buried by Michael Hennessy of TSS. So first goal of the match here for TSS. And in this game overall in the 40th, courtesy of Michael Hennessy.
Number 7, Michael Hennessy.
Second goal of the season. He's also been named to L1BC's Team of the Week already. Michael Hennessy in first 3 weeks of action. Mejia. Zohar gave it right to Shambusho on a bit of a mistake. Shambusho trying to go back for Matabikwa. So can Unity answer back 5 minutes before halftime? TSS getting the penalty kick goal. Is Unity, who had a penalty kick in the women's match to win the game in the last 5 minutes, and is that one just then from Hennessy 5 minutes before halftime? The pivotal marker in this match is a foul by Fussell on, I think, Zarjanpur. Unity yet to officially test Weir. The closest they came to a shot was off a corner that was punched away by Callum Weir. Still down with Zarjanpur on that left side. Zarjanpur back on his feet, albeit limping heavily for the visiting side. Hopefully he'll be okay to continue. He's been a bright spot, not just this season, but the last two for TSS. Part of the squad that played in the Canadian Championship last year. Proctor up the left side. And Mejia. Closed down quickly by Matabikwa. Trying to find Shambusho. Matabikwa plays it through for Nick Fussell. Fussell for Shambusho. Mejia for Proctor. Then Hennessy. To center. Everyone wanted a foul, and Thompson not given, says Denzel Sharma, the referee. Fussell. Sivan. For Bagvir Sidhu. Trying to get away from the Rovers. Karaman, now Poon on a bounce. Sivan grabs it. Now brought ahead by Bagvir Sidhu. Off the leg of Shambusho. Foul on Pena by Bagvir Sidhu. But in towards the box, just too far ahead of Koji Poon. .44th minute. Throw in for Proctor. Sargentport for Proctor. All the way back for Ali Zohar. Zohar lifts it into the Unity box, up in the air. Sidhu tried to clear. Grabbed by David Hicks. The only one that went by him was a penalty kick for Hennessy, second goal this season. Played to left side for Jovan Sidhu, just couldn't hold it in. Jovan Sidhu, the one that fouled Hennessy, and Hennessy converted for TSS to give him the lead in the 40th minute. Up in the air, grab by Baines as he nods it forward. See how much time is added on. You figure a couple after the Fussell injury that kept him down for a couple of minutes. Was tended to, had to switch jerseys due to some blood on his kit. So delayed the game for a couple. See if that's added on here after 45 with the Rovers ahead by a goal. Lovely turn from Poon. Finds Avi Alemu. Alemu midfields. Davis Herrick got a foot in. Now Thompson fouled from behind by Alemu. Would have been a chance for Shambusho. He denied a goal-scoring opportunity, but perhaps is Thompson holding his right leg, I think. Free kick just to the halfway circle for Unity FC. It's almost any checks his watch. It will be 4 minutes of added time in the first half.
The fourth official has indicated
So I
4
was
minutes of added time.
not correct with my estimation, but try next time. Baines to his right here for Lennon Thompson. Perfect ball for Sidhu, just bouncing. That's Bagvir Sidhu. Tried to hold it in, and Baines unhappy as Bagvir Sidhu hit the fence to the right of the goalkeeper, Cal Weir, and he's in some discomfort here. Chippy affair so far. He's back on his feet, Bagvir Sidhu. Weir with the distribution on the free kick after a foul. Savant battling with Poon. Finds Kieran Eve. Tried to play it forward. It was knocked down. And quickly take the free kick at halfway mark. Kind of shuffled away there by the referee. Was Alemu, who won the ball back for TSS quickly, but then again, Jovan Sidhu. Things starting to get even more physical as Savant intercepts this near side. Up ahead for Shambusho. Shambusho throwing on the near side for Avi Alemu. Douglas College as well. Couple those on the pitch. TSS participants at Douglas College, university level. And with Pena has the ball. Shambusho, diving tackle from Poon. Thrown on the near side for Jovan Sidhu. Cushion by Eve. Slammed into the crowd near side, look out. Bagvir Sidhu for Kieran Eve. All the way back for Nasib Baines here. Lennon Thompson. Brought ahead by Justin Pena for TSS. Just could not find Kian Proctor. Throwing for Matabekwa. Sergeant Poor. Knocked down by Matabekwa. Back into the Rovers half. Zarjanport as well to get it down to his left foot off his right on the lofted ball. Matabekwa towards Shambusho, flicks it on it. Shambusho trying to win it back for Unity. Drops towards 18, Sidhu. Volley attempt was blocked. Ambu whacks it away for Koji Poon. Poon trying to play through for Ivan Mejia is off to the races here for TSS. Mejia passed 1 and 2, beautifully done, got a shot off, but saved by Hicks. First half comes to an end here at Cloverdale Athletic Park in the second game of the doubleheader here at CAP and the home opener for the men's side of Unity FC in the 2025 season. Rovers in the driver's seat 1-0, courtesy of Michael Hennessy, who scored his second of the season on a penalty kick goal that he earned. And that's where we stand here after 45 minutes of play, with TSS leading Unity 1-0. Second goal of the year for Hennessy as well. No shots on goal after the first half for Unity, but they're going to try in the second half. Is a couple of good looks for the Rovers and one in the back of the net off a penalty kick. Have some highlights from the first game this afternoon. The women's match, it was a 2-on-1 for Unity. You can catch that coming up quickly here on the stream. Your score at halftime between Unity and TSS in the men's game. Unity won it, TSS nil. TSS won, rather, Unity nil.
Cloverdale, our home, where Surrey's roots run deepest and where we are building our future. From its historic downtown to the rodeo grounds and racetrack to our home field at Cloverdale Athletic Park, Unity FC embraces the past while driving toward the future.
Drop it. Drop it.
From the calm waters of Crescent Beach, where the natural beauty of Surrey meets the open sky, to the pitch where we unite as one, Unity FC brings the strength and the spirit of Surrey to every game.
Welcome back to Cloverdale Athletic Park for the second half between the TSS Rovers and the Unity FC. As the lights have come on, hopefully the offense also comes on in the second half for Unity FC. First half that was physical, a lot of fouls, couple of chances on target for TSS, but the most important one, obviously, the goal scoring category. That came in the 40th minute, Michael Hennessy. I said it was his second of the year. I have my stats, everything. It's been a day, a lot of play calling, so everything kind of jumbles together after a while. But it was his fifth of this season, and he'd already been named to the Team of the Week once. So I looked at the Team of the Week stats, so I apologize. So Hennessy, his fifth of the year, put the Rovers ahead, thanks to a couple of TSS staff members to point that out to me. So yes, it is Hennessy's fifth. Mejia has 3 in this season, his second in the team. He had a couple of fantastic looks in that first half to Ivan Mejia for TSS, as the Rovers are going to move right to left on the broadcast screen in the red with the white jersey numbers. Unity left to right in the white and pink jerseys. Looks like Unity made a sub at halftime. And it looks like Jacob Jansen has come on for Mike Sheeran's team. Wait for the official announcement. Also, Dante Colburn, coming on for Unity. We'll hear the call from Oscar Wu, the PA voice of the Unity FC this season. So Tehil Davis comes out for Unity FC, and Colburn comes in for Fussell, who had that knock earlier in the game. And Francis Powell also in. So Unity, a trio of subs in the start of the second half here. So it is Caden Ruby coming in. That ball over the top, looking to find Koji Poon, is in behind the defense. Poon to make it 2 off the post. What a glorious opportunity for TSS. Poon, the speedster, looking for his first goal of the year, hit the post to the right of Callum Weir, rather David Hicks in the Unity goal. Konate, left side for Shia Zarjanpour. Those two unbeatable so far in this game. Done a lot of good things defensively for TSS. Bring a physical aspect to the game. Does Konate really impressed with his work with altitude last season. Zarjanpour, ball on the deck for Poon. Redirects it to his left for Mejia. Up against Bagveer Sidhu, got the better of him. Did Mejia. Getting past Bagveer Sidhu to the end line. Puts it back for Hennessy. And now Ali Zohar. Zohar to the left side for Kian Proctor. Proctor across and back up in the air from Kieran Eve. Hennessy. Stepping in was Shambusho, but all back to Shia Zarjanpour. Avi Lemo to his right for the Rovers. Karaman, now Hennessy for TSS. Goal scorer, 5th of the year. In the 40th, in the penalty kick. Ali Zohar for Mejia, lovely placed ball. Mejia on the half turn. Poon back for Pena, fouled. Referee Denzel Sharma telling him to stand up right away, waving his arm at him. Proctor getting past the sub Caden Ruby. Proctor up in the air from Nasib Baines. Thrown on the near side for TSS. Mejia chested down to his left for Cam Proctor. Hennessy there, stepping in was Dante Colburn for speedy Jovan Sidhu. Lemba with a beautiful sliding tackle to usher that one out of play for TSS. Going up the left channel, Unity, Francis Powell, a second half substitute. His brother Tommy, a former Unity player, now in CPL with Vancouver FC professionally. Another TW alumni. Referee waves play on again. Beautiful move on the left side. Trying to keep it alive was Dante Colborne, one of a couple of SFU players on the pitch tonight. '50th minute of play, 1-0. TSS Shambusho collided with Konate. Referee very adamant about players getting back up on their feet, keeping play moving here. Lennon Thompson for Nassi Baines. Baines for Bagveer Sidhu. All the way back for big Lennon Thompson. Looks to have taken up a center back role in the second half with the plethora of personnel changes for Mike Sheeran's Unity FC men's side. Savan chests it down. Fouling Hennessy. Free kick here for TSS. Rovers player Pena down just to the right of where the ball is going to be kicked by Zohar. Pena helped to his feet by referee Denzil Sharma. Looks like his day is done, and Tristan Otamagi about to come in for TSS. Otamagi started the final for the Rovers last year against Altitude at home.
Rovers substitution in the 60th minute.
Started first game last weekend against Langley. Subbed on the last two games. Did Otamagi rather after starting the first game of the year. Konate. Back to the left side for Shia Zarjanpour. Ahead for Kian Proctor. Proctor shuffles it back. Zohar. Well closed down by, I believe that was Kieran Eve. Make that Dante Colborne. Shambusho ahead. Eve kept it alive and will be corner kick for Unity from this right side.
So sales close at the 60th minute mark, so be sure to grab your drinks and food right now.
Corner kick for Dante Colborne here. Up for the ball in, punched away by Weir. Mejia. It was the second corner of the game for Unity FC. Counter attack for the Rovers. Push through for Luciano Karaman. Karaman tugged by Unity's Francis Powell. And ball go out to the far side. Zohar. Headed away by Sumela Savant for Colborne. Stepping in was Mejia. Thompson back here for Bagveer Sidhu. Ruby. Thompson over the top, and Weir will retreat. TSS the keeper rather. Zarjanpour for Cam Proctor. Good step in by Ruby, but Proctor goes back for Zarjanpour. All the way then to Callum Weir. Sako Konate. Good step in by Savan, trying to find Victory Shambusho. Certainly can score goals. Shambusho in his career with UBC, 75 games, 59 starts, 43 goals, and 7 assists. 5 goals in 11 games last year with Unity for Victory Shambusho. Zohar for Hennessy, back for Ali Zohar. Then Koji Poon trying to slide it through for Kerman, grabbed by David Hicks in the Unity goal. Savan for Unity FC. See Bates. Make that Francis Powell all the way back here for David Hicks. Savan. Knocked down by Hennessy. Turning away from Dante Colborne. Trying to play it through for Evan Mejia. Grabbed by David Hicks. Offside flag goes up on Koji Poon. Tried to late effort here in 55 minutes of play. Sven on the left side from David Hicks up ahead. Dante Colborne. Shambusho trying to race to it. Michael Hennessy. Foot in there from Eve, a foul. Seven fouls for Unity tonight, 7 for TSS. Brought to you by my unofficial stat keeping, so take with those numbers what you will, but do my best to keep up with the action here. But regardless, still a high number of fouls between the two squads tonight. It's been physical, chippy from the get-go here this evening. Rovers have the edge in all-time stats against Unity with 4 wins, 2 draws. Unity looking to snap that skid tonight. More importantly, start off their home schedule with a win. Currently 1 win, 1 loss this season. TSS win, a draw, and a loss in their first 3 games. This is their 4th in match week 4 of L1BC men's division. Weir deals it towards Unity half. Routed forward by Nasib Baines, Zohar. And I think it was offside on Koji Poon. See Baines now down in the pitch for Unity, holding his right foot. I mean, equipment issue here. Back on his feet, might be just a cleat issue. Fell into the Rovers half, a foot race between Shambusho and Konate. Konate went down, it was bundled away by Weir. Foul on Shambusho has been quiet against a physical center back in Sako Konate. Sargentpour for TSS. Tristan Otamaki. Otamaki's second year with TSS.
This is the last call for our way back blue zone. That closes at the 60th minute mark. So
58th minute of action here, 1-0 TSS as Koji Poon's race is run for TSS. He'll make way for Louis Climo. Started the first 2 games of the season for TSS, did not play last week versus Langley United in that 3-1 loss at home with Michael Hennessy scoring in the 9th minute. TSS to get things going that night.
Rovers substitution in the 58th.
Played away by Proctor. Got it down just out of the reach of Climo as looks like Mejia going to be the lone striker here for TSS with Poon off the pitch, who had a great look to start the second half, hit a post in the first 3 minutes of the restart. Jovan Sidhu tried to wrap that ball towards the 6-yard box. TSS. Lennon Thompson out to this right side for Bogvir Sidhu. Sidhu keeping things lateral here for Unity. You see Baines, a wonderful rather curling ball towards Eve. Sergeant Poor got a hang of it, and looks like it'll be a throw in here for Unity FC, judging by where the ball was placed. Caden Ruby will take for Unity FC. Thumped to halfway by Cam Proctor. Savannah as well to cushion it just away from the speedy Ivan Mejia. Mejia 3 in the year, could have had 4 in that game against the Whitecaps a couple of weeks ago. Sidhu towards the near side. Had a penalty kick saved in that game. Or missed it anyways. Did Mejia. In the 60th minute of play. Sergeant Port to the left side for Proctor. Up ahead, Clemo. Otumagi into the Unity half. Mejia was able to get it down to Clemo, but it's back to Samela Savan. Sidhu over the top here looking for Caden Ruby. Ball bounced on the turf, and Proctor will play it up the left side for Clemo. Proctor nicely found. Otomagi was in close proximity. Mejia for Hennessy. Just grabbed the headlines with that goal. Done a lot of good things this evening for TSS. Karaman just couldn't get the ball away from Francis Powell at the left side. Powell, one of 4 original members of the 2022 Unity team this season for Mike Sheeran's squad. Missing a couple of regulars tonight to add a lineup, but still a strong team. Just trying to get that offensive touch without Nick Fussell on the pitch. Unity also holding over 13 players from last year's squad. Kieran Eve finding Lennon Thompson. Stepping in was Mejia, 2 former Vancouver FC players. Mejia, beautiful flick ball through, and Hennessy was there. Might fall for Karaman! Off the side of the net. Slammed that ball in the volley. Went off the side of the net. Goal kick here for David Hicks. Samela Savan. Jovan Sidhu. Going for Francis Powell at the left side, just in front of the TSS benches. Rovers warming up. That far side, you wonder who's going to come in and continue to make an impact. Konate towards a parking lot on the far side. Good thing I didn't park on that lot. Nothing like a soccer ball sized dent side of your vehicle. Caden Ruby nods it back to Dante Colborne. 2 of the 3 subs made it halftime by Unity FC. Here's Mejia off to the races. 2-1 numerical advantage with Lewis Clemo. Clemo to make it 2 for the Rovers! Saved by Hicks. Beautifully done in a quick counter attack by the visitors as Otomaki plays it in. Shambusho off the shoulder. Nods it back for Savan. Savan kicked at by Zohar. A foul TSS. Here in the 63rd minute of play. Savan will deliver this ball into the Rovers half. A little bit shorter for Thompson, who thought he was going to play it long. Ate my words there. Baines to the right side. Telegraphed. Clemo. Otumaki. Proctor. Sergeant Poor for Otumaki. Proctor. Good step in by Bagveer Sidhu. Speedy winger tries to play it through for Caden Ruby. And now to see Baines collects for Unity. Lennon Thompson. Right-footed ball in towards the 18, away by Konate for Hennessy. His 5th of the year in the 40th minute. That's where we stand here. As it looks like Unity making another sub. Lennon Thompson is done for today.
Unity FC substitution in the 65th minute.
And
joining us in the game, number 13, Andrew Kerr.
Comes Andrew
Unity
Kerr.
game, number 28, Lennon Thompson.
'66 minute of play here at Cloverdale Athletic Park. Avialemo, a wide right for Luciano Karaman. Skips past to Savan. Mejia back for Karaman. Cleared away by Nasib Baines. Rovers more threatening of the two teams, even though they are ahead here. A couple of good looks to begin the half, and then 1 moments to go, and a beautiful save by David Hicks, who bailed out his team. Andrew Kerr. Sub from moments ago. Fouled by Zohar. Running out of real estate here in my fouls stats sheet, so it's been a lot of them tonight to sum it up for you. Shambusho top of the Rovers 18-yard box. Baines will nudge it on his head to his right for Dante Colborne. Throwing it for Colborne. Started versus Burnaby, went 73 minutes, 13 minutes off the bench versus the Whitecaps. Third time coming off the bench this year for Unity FC. Goal kick for Callum Weir. Konate. Weir, left side for Sergeant Poor. Now Weir. Into the Unity half. Going on the right side here for Bagveer Sidhu. Kerr. Nudged away there by Zarjanpour. Certainly in the conversation for man of the match here for his defensive performance tonight. TSS Rovers. Kean Proctor. Mejia. Goes down by Eve. Mejia still going. Stayed on his feet somehow and wins a free kick. Approaching the 70th minute here. Cloverdale Athletic Park, a beautiful Saturday evening here in Surrey. Glad you're with us on YouTube as the first home match of the season for Unity FC men's team. Free kick for Zohar. It's a lovely ball, and Proctor just about connected. Back from Mejia on the near side. 1-on-3 Unity players. Proctor will collect, go back for Ali Zohar. Klimo the sub. Well defended by Caden Ruby on this right side. Throwing for Kian Proctor here. Shambusho. Colborne up the right side for Caden Ruby. Acrobatically holds it in here. Will be a TSS throw. Both teams trying to change things up here. Couple substitutions here as Mejia's done for today. And in comes Lowell Wright. Started the year with Langley United. Former Canadian Premier League player with Cavalry. Guy who can put the ball in the net, that's for sure. Cam Proctor. All right. The right side quickly ahead. Good step in by Samela Sivan just then. Dante Colborne. Gonna go over the top for Shambusho. Can he win the foot race? Sargentpur falls down. Shambusho. Well defended by Konate. Klimo. Cam Proctor. Shambusho. Back for Dante Colborne. Tried a shot. It was blocked. Got it back. Kieran Eve. Caden Ruby just got past the on-rushing Klimo. Hennessy to the right side here. Osman Toure bring it ahead with speed. Toure, low ball. And what a save by Hicks in the redirected effort. Hennessy looking for his second of the night, and well saved again by Hicks. And what do we have on here? This is inside the box penalty kick, or free kick, sorry. I think it is. Don't see this very often. Usually it's for a back pass, but that's not what happened there. Substitution upcoming here for Unity FC. Looks like it'll be Jace Weep coming in. See who gives way. But Samela Sivan getting some attention. Just to the left of the almost five-man wall here for Unity FC. So it is an inside the box free kick. It is indirect, so it has to take a touch before it is taken. But Rovers shaping up for this one. Can they make it 2-0 on the evening with 15 to play?
Unity substitution in the 74th minute. Substitution in number 18, Jay Sweed. Substituting out number 25.
So Savan is done. In comes Jay Sweeb for Unity FC. Hennessy and Proctor. Proctor with the free kick, blocked, and it's a penalty. It was a handball on the block by Bogvir Sidhu and a yellow card as well. And TSS with their second penalty of the game upcoming. Looking to go ahead by 2 with 50 minutes to go. It's a heavy shot from Proctor. So an inside the box free kick leads to a penalty kick. And we'll see if it's Hennessy stepping up. He's already got 1 tonight, now 5 on the season. Can he make it 6 with a killer punch here? Second penalty kick of the game for TSS, looking to double their lead here. So Michael Hennessy looking for his second of the match here. 15 minutes to go. Just a little bit less than that actually now. Rovers looking to just double their lead and carry on it. Hennessy for 2 off the crossbar. Struck it well. And it remains 1-0. Second missed penalty of the season for TSS. Zohar towards the 6. Ushered away by Unity's Baines. Oh, right with the header. Bounce in front of David Hicks, who commandingly grabs the ball for the hosts here and try and gets us off on the counterattack. Baines bundled over, foul. Free kick for Unity just inside the Rovers half here. Maybe the crossbar will favor them. See Baines looking to stick it to his former team here. Second year with Unity after 2 with TSS. Free kick up towards 18. Beautiful play there. But losing at the end of it was Francis Powell. And a yellow card to Francis Powell for his efforts. Avi Lemu down in some pain here for TSS. It's been a physical game between these two.
Unity FC yellow card in the 78th minute, committed by number 22, Francis Powell.
Rovers trainer out to 10 to Avialemu here has been up and down that right side of the pitch quite a bit tonight for TSS. Crossbar away from making it 2-0 moments ago for Michael Hennessy. That close to league leading 6 of the year in just 4 games. And remains down here for TSS. Wonder if the Rovers going to make a sub here to bring out Alemu. Both teams a chance to get some hydration in as well. 79th minute of play, as Lemu will limp off the pitch here for TSS. His night is over. And in comes Taigo Shimada. Played with Langara last year here at college. Tough one for Lemu, who was, I thought, brilliant in his 80 minutes or so of action tonight. No easy task going up against Francis Powell as well in the second half. He's a tough customer up the left flank. And in the first half, he was at the wars with Bogvir and Jovan Sidhu. So 10 minutes to go here. Unity looking to find the equalizer after a crossbar from Hennessy and a penalty kick. And a couple of fantastic saves in the second half from David Hicks. And the Unity goal is Baines will fire that one into the night. Hopefully not an onrushing car there. So that'll be an interesting case for ICBC to deal with if that was to happen. I swear it was a soccer ball. Sargentport to the far side. Torre. Powell just thump it into touch. Look out, here's Jovan Sidhu. Speedster up the left side. Through for victory, Shambusho in a foot race with Sargentport, who does well to play it out into the far side. Another one into the seats in the, or sorry, the cars in the far side. Kieran Eve. Right to the boot of Usman Torre, and it does well to win his side of throwing up the right channel. 9+ minutes to go here. Unity looking to start off their home schedule with a bang and maybe a come-from-behind win here, trailing 1-0. 2-2-2 at home last year with Unity here at Cloverdale Athletic Park. Beautifully done by Jovan Sidhu up the left side. Left-footed ball in off the end netting. Wasn't happy with his efforts. Won't repeat what he said, but was it nice? And the story of the game here for Unity, just can't get that direct opportunity. No shots on target as at this moment against Cal Weir. Kudos to Sargentport and Konate. Have been a brick wall on the back end for TSS. Klimo getting away from Bogvir Sidhu. Otumagi up this left side. Tristan Otumagi finds Lowell right. All the way back for Zohar, the nice little flick to Klimo. Now Kian Proctor. Proctor trying to turn. Was Klimo. It was Klimo. Up that right side. Torre will try his effort and pulled wide to the right of David Hicks's goal. Shots currently, my count anyways, at 8 for TSS, none for Unity, and then Rovers with 4 shots on target, 3 in this half. So Jovan Sidhu makes way here for Unity FC. Up to the left side, Jay Sweep. Dante Colborn. Low right. The right wing side. Kieran Eve. Turned away well from pressure. He was 4th season with Unity. Starting both games this season, 90 minutes versus Burnaby, 61 versus the Caps last weekend. Bogvir Sidhu's fans urging the home side on here. Good crowd on hand tonight. The home side find the equalizer as Weir thumps that one to the near side. '85th minute. You won't see the same, I don't think so anyways, the same amount of stoppage time. Well, you might, I guess, for the injury to Alemo, but I feel like probably with stoppage time about 9-10 minutes for Unity to try and pull one back here. Ken Proctor, a free kick from just inside the near touchline. See Baines nods it down, but Otamaki stepped in well. Eve towards Shambusho. And now Bogvir Sidhu. Jace Weeb. Long sweeping ball. Weir heads it away. Not as far. And Kerr will go back to Baines, who's left for Naseeb, or rather for Jace Weeb from Naseeb Baines. Back up in the air from Proctor. Weeb climbs the ladder, nods it down. That one looked uncomfortable for Kieran Eve. Shambusho. Quickly ahead the left side for Dante Colborne. Colborne's left-footed ball to the box. Drops down. Quickly played ahead for Lowell Wright, who can carry it up the right wing side. Kerr back for Kieran Eve. Eve skips away from pressure. Trying to play it through. Caden Ruby, look out to Weir, just got rid of it. That was a tricky one for the goalkeeper, Callum Weir. Unity applying the pressure here. Foot on the gas pedal with 4 minutes plus stoppage time remaining here in their first home match of 2025. Third overall this year. 1 win, 1 loss. 3-2 win over Whitecaps last Saturday. Jordan Lowe had 2 goals in that one. Shambusho in the 58th minute, 1 minute after the Whitecaps scored. So that was the winner. They held on the last 32. Did Unity FC. Baines delivers it in. Away by Ali Zohar. '87th minute, played long towards Bogvir Sidhu. Quickly ahead, Lewis Climo. Picked up on the near side. Hicks. Throwing for Bogvir Sidhu up the right channel for Unity FC. Back to left side, Jay Sweep for Unity FC. Into the Rovers half. Late sub, here's Michael Hennessy, comes off for TSS.
Rovers substitution in the 88th minute.
Free kick
Number 23, Josh Jones, in for number 7, Michael
for TSS. Callum Weir into the Unity half. Weeb retreating. Grabbed here by David Hicks. Rolls it to his right for Naseeb Baines. Bagveer Sidhu on this right side. We're going to see Baines. Caden Ruby for Bagveer Sidhu. Sidhu here. It's Bagveer Sidhu. We're going to see Baines. Thought about waiting it over the top. Kieran Eve stops it. Couldn't get the second effort and fouled Shai Zarjanpour. Approaching the 90th minute here. Free kick for Cal Weir to the left of his goal. Eve to the left side. Usman Toure, 5 minutes of added time here. Onto the 90. Usman Toure. Picked up by Shambusho. Usman Toure ahead for TSS. Lower right, can TSS add on one more here? Lower right, a shot blocked by Nasib Baines. Rovers trying to hang on here for their second win of the season. TSS 4-1-1 last year on the road away from Swangard. Their only road win this year is 6-1 thumping of the Whitecaps, so came in expecting high goal scoring efforts. Eve with a thumping tackle on that left side on Josh Jones, the TSS sub. 91st minute of action here. Corner kick for TSS. You came too close, says the referee. He'll retreat. Rovers lose it away, come TSS. Well won by Proctor, who's been brilliant for your TSS tonight. Then Andrew Kerr was fouled. Touch and go here. Both teams just trying to get some routine. Weeb for Nasib Baines inside the Rovers half. Beautiful curling ball. Unity wanted a handball, not given. Played through for Clemo, might have been offside. Hicks up in the air. Otomagi. Him and Sidhu collide. Zarjanpour beautifully dealt off to his left for Proctor. Stepping in really well, Eve. Dante Colborne. Trying to find Bagveer Sidhu. Knocked away by Proctor, up in the air. Zohar. Be thrown on the right side. Colborne left it for Nasib Baines. Man of the match, I think, for Unity here tonight. The center back. Despite being down 1-0, the only goal was a free kick. Michael Hennessy back in the 40th minute. He had another chance. Did Hennessy in a penalty kick. In the 75th, hit the crossbar. 93rd minute. Long ball over the top. Weir out of his net. Grabs it. Look out. Andrew Kerr came through Weir. And a yellow card. Dangerous play there as Weir held the ball and clattered at the end of it. Will be a free kick for TSS when it's all said and done, but time winding down. So good to see Weir is okay. Couple of cards handed out tonight. Weir slams it into the Unity half, as high into the net as he can to try and kill off some time, and a foul just then. Francis Powell. Thrown up the right side for TSS. 95th minute now, with a few more seconds added on, I'm sure, for the Weir injury. The foul on him by Andrew Kerr. Up in the air from Jace Weeb. Ousmane Touré getting away from pressure, but Unity win it back on the left side. Quickly ahead, Kieran Eve. Rolled away by Rovers captain Ali Zohar. And that'll do it. Despite a late Unity push, the Rovers close out this home game, first home game of the season for Unity FC. And it's a win for TSS tonight despite a push. It was 40th minute penalty kick for Michael Hennessy. His 5th goal of the season. He had another chance in the 75th minute after an inside the box free kick, hit an arm. Penalty kick again for Hennessy. He hit the crossbar. And Rovers would kill it off late and win this first meet of the season. And the Unity squad will then go into next weekend's game, May 3rd, next Saturday, against London United at 4:30 kickoff to try and snap this couple game skid here. Then one of their first 3 matches. Unity next at home in the men's squad on May the 17th against Evolution. 7 p.m. kickoff, women at 4:30, as the Rovers women's side losing 2-1 to Unity in the penalty kick for Jenna Baxter. And then this one, Michael Hennessy, also a penalty kick here in the first home match of the season. We'll talk to you again on May the 17th back here at Cloverdale Athletic Park. Thanks to everyone for joining us in the stream tonight. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Final score in the men's match, TSS 1, Unity 0. We'll talk to you on May the 17th.